2 feet.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's probably just hack.
You're always touching the 6.
I don't know that this leaves the 4-foot with hack.
Really good spots for Miller.
I think John's in a situation where he needs to send one of the red guards back.
Oh, baby.
Yeah, and it's dead nose and just, it's going to go spinning. This actually might catch two and just leak back.
I think it does. Here.
Okay, so it might, yep. Close to dead.
Hammer something.
Extra focus of the players, because sometimes you just couldn't hear yourself thinking, and
yeah,
we needed to like use signs and show what we meant instead of just shouting out a number or like play this hit and roll kind of thing. We had to show everything, so that added another level, I guess, to our game. After that, we've been a little better when the crowd is loud or when you can't hear as well.
Johnson on this one here.
Can't hear yet for line ever.
No, they like line. Now does it have the speed? They like the line. Does it have the speed? They're going hard for line. You have to get by this top yellow. Trevor Johnson leaning on it. He's by it. Now does it stop in time? Has to stop in time. What a shot from Highland Kleider. We thought it was maybe the hardest option up from the booth, but that's why we're not down there.
I've stood at the pinnacle of curling and battled in the most intense games.
Out on the ice, there's no room for compromise.
And when the pressure's on, every millimeter counts.
It's not just a game.
It's about maximizing performance,
pushing limits,
seizing victory.
When victory hangs in the balance,
I know what I'm relying on.
It's a gold line. It's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
And it's the choice of champions. At the pinnacle of curling and battled in the most intense games.
Out on the ice, there's no room for compromise.
And when the pressure's on, every millimeter counts.
It's not just a game.
It's about maximizing performance,
pushing limits,
seizing victory.
When victory hangs in the balance,
I know what I'm relying on.
It's a gold line. It's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
And it's the choice of champions.
When it comes to the game we love, having the right gear makes all the difference.
Gold Line's new curling shoes and brooms are a game changer.
The shoes, unbelievably comfortable.
And the brooms, lightweight and effective, giving you control on every sweep.
When I step onto the ice, I'm not just prepared, I look sharp.
Have you seen these shoes? They are a game changer.
And the brooms, light as a feather.
It's a Gold Line.
It's a Gold Line.
It's a gold line.
And is the choice of champions.
Final stone.
Whoa! Whoa! Girl! Easy! Whoa!
Does he have it? Yes, he does! What a shot! John Schuster! Oh my goodness! A third of a rock for... That would make sense why he didn't curl.
Well, we got to not kill that. It's got to just be in the catch zone.
I mean, my gut is like hack to board and just roll 3 feet. 2 feet.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's probably just hack.
You're always touching the 6.
I don't know that this leaves the 4-foot with hack.
Really good spots for Miller.
I think John's in a situation where he needs to send one of the red guards back.
Yeah, if it's dead nose and just, it's gonna go spinning. This actually might catch two and just leak back.
I think it does.
Okay, so it might, close to dead.
Hammer something.
Extra focus of the players, because sometimes you just couldn't hear yourself thinking, and we needed to like use sign.
Last drop.
Yep.
8th in.
Close.
The tie to Isabel Verano.
Hello, curling fans, and welcome back inside the Sleeman Center here in Guelph, Ontario for the WFG Masters, the 4th event on the Grand Slam of Curling calendar. This is Draw 15, the final round-robin game between Team Xenia Schwaller and Team Danielle Inglis. Both teams sitting at 1-2 and need a win to stay alive in the playoff picture here in Guelph. John Cullen with you once again, and pleased to be joined for the first time this week by my old broadcasting partner in crime, and not old in age, but old in time for the two of us commentating together. That's right, it's two-time Scotties champion Chelsea Carey. Cullen and Carey are back on the case.
The Cullen and Carey show is back.
We're back, baby. We are ready to rock. And a big game here this afternoon. These are always the tough games, Chelsea, when you know it's not only a must-win game for you, but a must-win game for your opponent. I think both teams will be playing desperate here.
Yeah, a little bit for sure, and it'll be interesting to see what that entails. Do they start off a little bit more conservative because both of them are in that mode? Sometimes I would rather play a team that needs it as much as I do rather than a team that's already out or already in because they play looser then. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but either way, they are definitely both desperate for this win.
Yeah, so we'll see how they approach it here. Inglis starting without the hammer here and throwing their first guard up in front of the rings. Team Xenia Schwaller coming into this slam running very hot. They've won their last 3 tournaments in a row. They won 2 in a row in Swift Current. They won the big one, the Western Canadian Securities, and then they also won the S3 group, the Sask Tour event. And then in the new year, they went over to Scotland and won the Perth Masters there. So 3 wins in a row since the last time we saw them in St. John's, but haven't been quite able to figure it out here so far this week. Starting 1-2, but playoffs still a possibility for the team from Zurich, the Grasshopper Club, my favorite curling club name out there. So we're going to see them actually draw to the wing here, Chelsea. A little bit of a cautious start for Schwaller.
Yeah, and that's what I was sort of wondering. I've seen, this is my 3rd game covering Danielle Inglis, actually.
Okay,
so
yeah.
I've seen them throw the first one in a couple times, so I thought they might. And then when she threw the guard, I was like, okay, great. But then Schwaller goes to the wing anyway.
So this Danielle Inglis team curling out of Ottawa, Ontario. The skip is Danielle Inglis. The 3rd is Kira Brunton. The 2nd is Calissa Daly. And the lead is Cassandra DeGroot. And it will be DeGroot who rolls out of the house here. So we'll see if Schwaller decides, yeah, they are going to draw again here to the open side. Team Xenia Schwaller from Zurich, Switzerland. Skip is Xenia Schwaller. 3rd is Selena Goffner. 2nd is Fabienne Rieder. And lead is Selena Riekiger. And I think for my money, Chelsea, Selena squared maybe 2 of the best sweepers in the women's game right now. They're both tall, can generate a ton of power on the brush, and they make a lot of shots for Xenia.
Yeah, they're certainly in the conversation, and they use, there's still some, different teams do it differently as far as the technique goes. They're very much the sort of lean and jump kind of sweepers, and I'm not sure if there's been any science or research on that, but I've sure seen them carry some rocks pretty far and make them curl and do all kinds of stuff. So maybe there is something to it. I'm not sure.
Well, we were talking about that last game because we were covering Yannick Schwaller, Xenia's cousin, and that definitely seems to be something that the Swiss Curling Federation believes in. I don't know about anybody else, but definitely you see all 3 Swiss teams using it. Carol Hovald and Selena Vichanka definitely use it for Tirinzoni, and then Pablo Lachat-Couchepin maybe is the patient zero for that. Is for quite a while now he's had those huge long strokes.
Yeah, for sure. And you could make an argument that Rasmus Verano maybe was the first one, and not quite the same way, but the same concept where like your feet almost leave the ground as to generate like that all of a sudden all of your body weight, because the whole thing we've been trying to do with sweeping forever is as much of your body weight as possible on that broom head. Well, if your feet aren't on the ground, then in
where
theory,
else is it going?
Right,
Yeah.
in theory, you have more of it on the broom head. So, yeah, we do see it less so from the Canadian. The Americans, some of the Americans do it too, though. So, I'm not sure if they've tested that or what, but they certainly make a lot of shots. So there's got to be something to it.
Yeah, as we see it here from Selena Riekiger trying to bring this one over and doing the little the grasshopper hops there. And they draw that partially around the corner guard. I think Calissa could probably see a little bit of this from the hack, but looks like she's going to play the short run back here. So if you've been watching this Danielle Inglis team all week, what can you tell us about how they've been playing? They're the sponsor exemption in this field, the lowest ranked team in the field, coming in ranked number 33. But obviously we know Danielle, great player, was in the Scotties last year. What can you tell us about what you've seen from this team so far?
Yeah, I think it's they've struggled to sort of put it all together at the same time. They've all played really well at different times and made some really great shots and that kind of thing. And it's just sort of been one of those ones. They had a couple of really close games against really top teams. They almost beat, I think it was Anna Hasselborg, and they had a good game against Tiranzoni. So like playing quite well. Just a shot here and there against these top teams at the Slam is kind of all it takes. But Danielle Inglis herself also quite clutch. Even if she's not having a great game, if you give her a big shot and she needs to make it, I know I was a victim of that in Swift Current. Left her a cross-house double to sit 3 buried and like all the way across the house, and she made it perfect. So she's just one of those players that even if it's not her best game, if you crack that door open just a little bit and she can see the light, she steps up to the occasion a lot of the time.
I think that's, very well said. I was at the Scotties all last year since it was in my new hometown of Calgary and watched a lot of Inglis's games. And I think you're exactly right. Not afraid of the big shot for sure. And we'll see if they can put it all together here today. If they can, it might mean a playoff berth here at the WFG Masters. So now would be a good time to do it. And I think you're right, Chelsea, that at the Slams, it really is about the whole team playing good. You can't really hide anybody at the Slams. And, I was talking with Isabella Vrano actually earlier this year. They've been struggling at the Slams this year and put it together this week. We know they're going to be in the playoffs here in Guelph. But, she was just kind of asking me, having broadcast a bunch of their games, what if anything I was seeing. And I actually said that to her. I said, I think really it's just you're having trouble getting consistency up and down the lineup. It seems like one game, 2 of your team will play well and 2 won't play well. Then another game, 3 of you play well, but Bella, maybe you don't play well. And, you really just have to have that consistency up and down the lineup or you're not going to win out here.
Yeah, it's just pretty unforgiving. So you can, everybody can play in the 80s, and if you miss the wrong shot at the wrong time, you still lose the game. Where if you go to most events and you play 80% against most of the teams on tour, as a group, if you all play in the 80s, you probably win that game most of the time.
Yes, for sure.
And it's just another level out here with the caliber of teams that you have at the Grand Slams and the consistency of the ice conditions and all that stuff that you can't really afford to have an off game. And sometimes you get away with it, but most of the time you won't.
So a rollout there for Selena Goffner does allow Kira Brunton to finally make use of this center guard. It was thrown 10 rocks ago. Now we're going to finally see a rock coming around it here.
Go if you need to get it in. Faster, girl. Lots of line, though. Line's good. Okay, line's good. Yep. Go. Yep. Hard. Distance. Hard. Okay, 15-8.
So a little light there for Kira Brunton. We'll see how Xenia is going to go for the peel. So this was clearly a strategy coming into this first end, Chelsea, that they wanted to blank.
It looked like you had a good pick
with
on
the draw to the wing, I kind of assumed that, but this certainly cements it. It would be awfully tempting. It's staggered guards too. If you ever looped a good one around there, you're probably getting 2. But they came in with this plan and they're sticking to it, which takes some discipline. I know it was always tough for me when we want to blank, but then that stops and I go, oh, do we ever go around it now?
Oh, and that's what can happen there. You don't make the double peel, and now all of a sudden you might get forced if Danielle
to it, which takes some discipline. I know it was always tough for me when we want to blank, but then that stops, and I go, oh, do we ever go around it now?
I think as a team, you don't want to be reactive all the time, but sometimes it makes sense to maybe react a little bit when you're given an opportunity like that.
Yeah, we always tried to play kind of 80-20 rule that you do the right thing 80% of the time, the smart thing, and stick to the plan. But there's an art to it. That's the rest of it, and that's kind of gut instincts. That's reading your opponent. That's reading your own players and yourself. And there's so much that goes into that. And I think the best skips in the world, the best players in the world, they're not playing their game plan the whole time. They're adjusting on the fly, and they're going with their gut, and your gut feeling comes from being in that situation an awful lot. So sometimes it's smart to listen to it.
Well, and for Xenia, a young team, right? So maybe they just haven't been in enough of those situations where they can necessarily form that gut feel yet. They are the reigning world junior champions, so it's already impressive that they're number 9 in the world, or sorry, number 8 rather, given the fact that they're fresh out of juniors. But yeah, they've been really good in all the slams, looking good for the Players Championship in April as well. And
It's a weird spot.
we already know they will not be at the Worlds for Switzerland. They did name Team Tirinzoni as their Worlds representative this year, but a team that's very active on tour and has been really good. So fortunately for Danielle Inglis, that slides a little deep and is also wide open. So we're going to see Xenia hit it here.
Well, even yours, I thought it was going to stick out more. I think it was just because you had sort of tight to top house that you got the finish.
I did get a great read on Kira's there because it was so light. They swept it the whole way, and it was still a few feet short of the house. So I heard Danielle there saying, which is important to do after a shot like that, to debrief why they ran so differently. And she's saying she just thinks it's the difference in speed, and that is one of the things that we see on this ice. If you don't get the weight right, you could throw the rock perfect, and if you're 3 feet light and it starts to curl early, it's always going to over curl. And if you're 3 feet heavy, the break point gets moved later, and you're probably never getting there. So it's just very sensitive to that, which is how it should be. It rewards good throws and the right speed. That's what we want. But you have to have those conversations about, is that the rock? Is that something that I did differently than you? Or is it just the fact that our weights were that different?
Not be cute.
Normal with that.
So Xenia makes the hit, rolls out to the wings, and I guess for Danielle Inglis, you don't mind getting aggressive for the roll behind the center guard here.
Keep it.
Yeah, if you have to assume she's making the blank, I think. So if you roll out, you roll out. I think you give this a good go, and at least make her blank a little harder. Even if you're partially buried, then at least the guard's in her line of sight.
Flat roll in there. The alternative is like all the way over.
Yeah, so there is that red one that's just, you can see in the left of your picture right now, that's just kind of hanging out on that back line. So you heard Danielle say they can get aggressive for the roll, because if they don't make the roll behind the center guard, you could actually roll all the way across the house and make a trickier blank for Xenia. Final stone here for Danielle Inglis in the first end.
Whoa. Cass. Cass.
Pearl, you got a chance.
Whoa, 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 whoa. No roll. Yep.
That's close, but double still there. Or sorry, double. The blank is still there.
That rolled another 2 inches. It would have been pretty much perfect. But like I said, at least puts the guard in her vision when she's throwing it. That's never a bad thing to do.
And you do have to maybe be worried about the jam here.
I think the jam is very thin, but it's not impossible when you're trying to roll out, and when you can only see probably a third or so of that from Xenia's hack.
Final stone for Xenia Schwaller in the first end, looking for the blank. Goffner on this out of the hand, trying to hold it by that center guard. They just tick it, and they do go right by the red. So a little tight from Xenia Schwaller. They were chasing the blank all end, and they cannot find it. Inglis will steal one.
Peace of mind, confidence, and financial independence. At World Financial Group, we believe your path to any of these goals is paved by financial education. That's why our agents spend every day empowering individuals and families of all backgrounds with the knowledge to make choices that fit their goals. No matter your financial goals, WFG can help you own your future. Visit worldfinancialgroup.com to learn more.
Just rubbing that center guard on the blank attempt.
Line's good. Line's good.
And so now we will see them come into the house, as my partner Chelsea suggested. They may do.
Yep. Make it really good, really good, really good, guys. Yep, yep, yep. Hard as far as it goes. Go, 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 go. Good sweep. Nice.
Yeah, she's not dragging this morning.
She what?
The rocks just aren't carrying.
It's also not as curly.
Yeah.
It's just like the rocks have calmed down a bit. Pardon?
These are reflecting light.
Fabian! Fabian!
What?
So now we're seeing a complete switch of strategy here as Danielle Inglis goes in the house and Xenia Schwaller decides to throw up the corner guard. Maybe this is a little bit more like you were expecting it to look, Chelsea, given what you've seen out of Danielle Inglis this week.
Yeah, a little bit more what I would have thought. I was happy to see her throw a center guard in the first end. I think that's a smart move. But in the we covered her very first game at the Slam, and so now you're the sponsor exemption at the Slam, close to where you live and all that, and there's got to be some nerves. So I wasn't surprised she threw it in there, but I would suggest that the guard in that first end would indicate that she's feeling a bit more comfortable, which is great. And then now with a 1-point lead, especially when you got a bit of a gift, I don't mind the idea of going in. You know that Xenia is going to throw the corner, so you have a free draw into the house and to set up your, rather than trying to get around a guard, which is generally a little bit harder, although this one needs to sit for line for Cassandra de Groot and for Wade.
That's really good. 15-6. Okay.
It stops just in time. Pretty much a perfect guard. And you heard the crowd roar there. That's coming from the Sportsnet feature game. Silvana Tirinzoni facing off against Unjung Kim. You can watch that in Canada on Sportsnet or Sportsnet Plus. We also have Akue Kitazawa facing off against Stefania Constantini. That is available on Home Team Live. And another game available on Home Team Live with commentary. Tyler George and Vincent Stenberg covering Unji Gim and Anna Hasselborg. So lots of options here for you on this Friday afternoon to take in some great curling. So around everything now here, Selena Riekiger.
14-8.
Bobby and Reeder trying to make that one curl, but I think it's pretty much wide open.
Yeah, so too. Probably even a little bit of air. Give Danielle the option. Yeah, that's a good angle.
Yeah, Calissa Daly could probably get underneath that one with the right weight here.
Okay. Easy. Close. Yep. Whoa. Whoa. Yep. Whoa. Whoa. Pass. Pass. Pass.
Away.
Yep. 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 Okay. 11-9.
So a shot made by Calissa Daly, doesn't get the roll. Now we're going to see the run from Fabienne Reeder. She can chuck them. It's a lot of weight coming down there.
That is not moving slowly.
I've watched a bunch of this Team Schwaller's games this year. I think I covered 3 of their games in St. John's, and they're really fun to watch. They have all the shots. They're a little young, so they will make some strategy mistakes over the course of the game. And yeah, I enjoy watching them play. Like I said, I think the sweeping is excellent, and the World Junior pedigree, they feel like a team that's going to be a force to be reckoned with on tour for a long time here.
Yep, Ben. Yep, sweep for 3. Sweep for 3.
And Selena Goffner, what a voice. I don't know if you saw that Grand Slam of karaoke footage. Joe, you were there, yeah. What a singer, holy moly.
That was awesome.
Hard, keep it moving, hard. Hard to cover it, hard. Hard, right to it, go, 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 go. Okay, nice.
So a good sweep there from de Groot and Brunton, but it does leave a little piece open here, I think, for Reeder.
And the wrong piece. If you were going to leave anything open, you wanted to leave the other side of it open so that the roll wasn't going behind these double corner guards.
Helping, so.
Big opportunity here.
Riekiger on this one right out of the hand. This looks like it's flirting with that center guard. And indeed. It will tick off. Love for this one to stick around in the house, but unfortunately it won't. Tough one there for Reeder. That was a good opportunity.
Christmas tree.
Yeah, and a huge difference. If you were to at least hit that rock and not make the perfect roll or even roll out, at least the rock in the house is gone, and Danielle would have to deal with it. And not only that, but they didn't even move the guard very far. So now this guard just got a lot easier for Kira Brunton because she basically just has to keep it on the left side of this rock as we look at it there, and it's pretty good. So it just takes away some of the precision required to make this well.
Okay, easy line. Whoa. 3. Go ahead. Okay, whoa. Whoa. Line's good. Okay.
So just looking for top house here. Kira Brunton's first. The 2015 Canada Winter Games gold medalist, Kira Brunton.
Leave it short. Curl, 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 curl. Yep. Keep going. Okay, you're good. 15-7. Yeah.
Did you ever play CWG?
Be able to like kind of pull it in by the way.
It was the years were awkward. I was like I aged out of it when I was 2 years too young, and then I had aged out.
2 years too old.
Yeah. It hit at me at an awkward time. So I played in a qualifier, I think, but I was like 12 or 13 or something. So didn't stand much of a chance. And then by the time the next one came around, I was too old.
Yeah, it is weird to have a like U16 or U17 championship or whatever it is only every 4 years.
Yeah.
It's kind of like you gotta get lucky with. Yeah, you gotta get lucky with when you're born.
Yeah.
Which I was actually right on a Canada Winter Games year. I was 16 and eligible. It would have been, I guess, the 2003 games, I think. And just the problem for me was I wasn't good enough at curling. So,
well, that'll also cause problems.
Yeah, that actually caused quite a few problems for me throughout my career, actually.
Halfway.
Okay, so we're going to see a little shift here from Danielle Inglis. Going to throw the guard up after that one was hit on the nose by Selena Goffner.
I need less. Just a little, just splitting center. We need to cover that yellow. True. Yeah, just there. I never got to center in practice. Okay.
We're just discussing the guard placement here. They want to be sure to guard the hole, but also guard a potential run back.
Yeah, the run back probably the more important thing to guard, and so Kira just worried that it was too much ice for her to get to where she was going to cover enough of that yellow guard to take away the run back.
Well, easy then. Just clean, please. Clean.
Oh, that's
close.
nice. Just clean, please.
Very polite.
Just please.
Whoa, off.
I never had a skip that told me please anything.
Okay,
so.
that's great. 16-2.
That's nice. It's a nice change.
Yeah.
A little tighter than she probably would have wanted that if you got to choose, because she's just going to use it. So would have been nice to have it a little bit longer, but still has to be made here. And it is, you got to slash this fairly thin to get it to stick on that back red. It's reasonable to take it out, but to stick it is quite thin.
Double run back try here for Selena Goffner. And how about that? Great shot. Not only gets the run back, but I think that's almost dead buried. Really nice shot from Goffner there.
For sure. And rolled it in behind that double corner. Those reds are lined up to go onto it if Danielle wanted to throw the run back. You could, and I might, because the only other draw is around corner guards, and you just don't ever love that without the hammer.
Well, and the chase is scary because if you ever tick the guard, you're potentially giving up 3.
Yeah, I think I like this call. These are close enough together that you have some margin for error to hit this and make contact with that one.
Double run made for Team Schwaller. We'll see if Danielle Inglis can repeat the feat here.
Whoa. Yes. Hard.
And indeed she can. Very nice.
Okay. Great.
Doesn't get buried though.
Yeah.
I think it was hard to get that buried, which was the good news about it for the bad news for Danielle and the good news for Xenia is that she wasn't ever going to get buried, and now you have 2 sets of staggered corner guards that you can draw around. That's not very often that that's the case, but it sure is right now.
Not finishing.
Yeah, it's always tough when you're a skip. You make a nice little double run like that, and you're still in danger of giving up 2.
Yeah.
It's never a great feeling.
I might consider going around the other 2 guards, mostly 2 reasons. 1, they're more spread out, and 2, Danielle's way to get at this is going to be off her own rock. But if you went around the yellow guards, then that would be impossible as long as you're in front of the tee line. This way, if you're kind of top 4 depth, she could, if she chooses to, she could come off her own red and get to it.
Or if you're running the rocks back, you're running back
the wrong color.
The wrong color. It's for Danielle, it'd be a potential to make the run back and lie too, and then you're getting forced.
Yeah, they must just know this path better, because I'm a little surprised by this, and even by the turn. I guess it's close to draw to the button path, but
yeah,
just looks a bit more awkward.
Good point. No, I agree with you for sure, but Xenia definitely, she has her own way of doing things sometimes, and I think that's an example of that here. But it's, like we said, it's been working for them.
Can't argue with the results.
No, absolutely not. They have, as I said, 3 wins in a row, 4 wins on the year. And there's not too many teams on tour that can say that.
I like coming this way. It'll finish nicely to there. Yeah.
One of those wins was back in October, the Stu Sells Oakville, and that was a pretty stacked field that they navigated their way through. So
I do it pretty straight on that one.
very good.
Yeah.
Very good young team. This Schwaller. So Danielle, I think playing the freeze here.
To be shot.
Yeah, intern freeze.
Top button area. So we do need both, obviously, but it was good how you gave
none of the things we talked about.
Well, no, this was always going to be an option too, sure. and because that didn't curl, and I think this is the call. If it was me, this is what I would be playing. I just, you know, when you're deciding for Xenia, when you're deciding which one to go around, that would have leaned me towards the other ones rather than this one.
For sure. Final stone for Danielle Inglis, second end.
Clean. You can
trying to make a freeze to not give up 2.
Yep.
Whoa then.
Oh, whoa.
This looks like it's running hot.
Whoa. Leave it shot. Whoa.
Needs to be shot, and it won't be. So this will be a draw for 2 for Xenia Schwaller.
What was her long?
Just a hair heavy there for Danielle Inglis. Never really caught the curl.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the line would have been great if it had a couple of feet less weight. Just what I was talking about before, where this ice will, you can throw the rock perfect, and if you don't get the weight right, it'll look like the line was wrong, but the line wasn't wrong. It was just that it was a couple of feet heavy.
Yeah, and that's always the sort of paradox with the slam ice, right? Is that if you're a little bit lighter, it will catch that curl, and then catching that curl also makes it a little bit lighter still.
Yeah, exactly.
And if you throw it through that curl, it tends to not come back, and that befell Danielle Inglis there. So great opportunity for Xenia Schwaller. Skips deuce on the menu, just needs to hit the 4-foot final stone. Danielle giving us her own commentary there.
I love it.
This is a deceivingly fast spot. And indeed, this looks heavy too. So Selena Goffner's trying to curl this one onto the one that Inglis just threw. You're going to need a piece of it to score 2. And that will roll too far. So Xenia even heavier than Danielle in the same spot. They will settle for 1. We'll get our first look at Inglis with the hammer when we come back.
When you've conquered another game, a long day, a job well done, and the final work call, we're your place. Come as you are and fit in comfortably. Mr. Mice. Eat locally, enjoy casual.
As well.
Okay. Going tight.
Exactly.
You want your intern?
All right.
Yeah, we heard Danielle say into her mic that it was a deceivingly fast spot after she threw hers, so she must have liked the weight that she threw, and hers went just through the forefoot, and Xenia's was several feet heavier than that, so a little faster in that spot than they're thinking that it would be, which often to the wings early in the game, because of the way practice works and everybody drawing to the middle, often that spot is a little slower, so reasonable for them to think that, but was not the case, and unfortunate miss there for Xenia.
Yeah, a little unlucky so far is Xenia. Had a shot in the first to prevent the steal, couldn't make it, and then misses that shot for two. So we're all tied up at 1. Inglis with the hammer here. And if you're in the Guelph area, the Greater Toronto area, you want to come check out some live curling this weekend, please come join us here at the Sleeman Center. Tickets are still available. We are getting close to sold out, but there are still tickets available at Ticketmaster.ca or on the GrandSlamOfCurling.com. So please check it out. It's been a great atmosphere here all week, and we'd love to see you here this weekend. So head on over to Ticketmaster or the Grand Slam website and come join us. We'd love to see you. Nice shot there from Riekiger, right on top.
Ja, das stimmt. Noch nicht. Ich habe das Gefühl, wenn wir eine neue Spur spielen, dann schon. Wenn du von hier vielleicht draussen hättest auf Girl gewischt. Vielleicht, also ich habe das Gefühl. Okay, line's good. Okay, we're hair tight. A little. Okay.
So it sounds like this is a little heavy here. You heard Calissa Daly say back 8.
Close. Okay, well then. Mega viel, finde ich. Nicht good.
14-2.
Yeah.
Okay, good weight call. Nice.
Second shot, it's not horrible.
Actually not bad.
In the field. Ist es bis dran? Die Line ist auch gut. Sorry? Die Line ist okay, bis dran ist auch gut. Okay. Ist da hinten 4? Der ist gerade
I
hinten.
know Cassandra de Groot lost her voice earlier this week, and it sounds like she's just starting to get it back. Still a little scratchy out there. I don't know what happened, but usually you don't lose your voice till the middle of an event. But saw her at practice on Monday. We were doing questions with all the teams, asking them what their most played artist on their Spotify Wrapped was, and she just came by and said, "No voice. I have no voice."
Yeah, we covered their first game, and she sent me a message and said, "Sorry for coughing in your ear the whole time. I've been fighting this cold for a couple weeks, but it sounds like she just lost her voice right before the event." So
yeah. Who's the most played artist on your Spotify Wrapped?
I don't have Spotify.
Okay, well, what if you had to guess?
You tap it or rock it really
Probably Tom Petty or something like that. The Beatles, something.
Oh, you're a
Rolling Stones,
classic rock person?
All classic rock.
Okay, nice.
Weiß nicht.
You think you're better than me?
Okay, yep then.
No, just classics for me. It's actually all classical and opera for me. I'm just some about keeping myself smart, or I don't know, whatever.
Got a bang.
Yeah. You know how it is.
Keep knifing it.
Just keeping an eye on the other games out here. Anna Hasselborg with a huge score of 4 in the second end.
Okay.
They now lead NG Gim 4-1. Hasselborg already sitting at 3-0, trying to find themselves into one of those draft places tonight. That's also exciting thing happening for the first time. As people know, I think most fans know, the WFG Masters pools were decided by draft. And the playoffs will also be decided by draft. So the top 3 seeds will be joining us live. It'll be streamed live on Home Team and on YouTube tonight after the night draw. The top 3 skips for both the men and women will be drafting their quarterfinal opponents. And that's pretty spicy, Chelsea. I like that. Like, it's one thing to pick the pools, but I feel like picking your playoff matchup, that's a little spicy.
Yeah, it's, well, because the thing is that there's no easy games.
No.
These teams are all playing well and they're in the playoffs, and then as the higher ranked team, you have to pick somebody, and then they're going to go, well, screw you, why'd you pick me? So it's just, it's going to create, it's fun. It's definitely nothing, I've never seen curling do anything like that.
Yeah, no, I love it. It's a nice draw in there from Fabian Reeder, but I think the double is there for Calissa Daly.
Can you get it under the red?
I don't know. Probably not, actually, but you can at least get it moving. Now, she's not throwing a ton of weight, so they are probably just trying to poke the yellow out.
Yeah, just get to the nose and jam the yellow on both of those, and then stay right in front of it is a really good shot.
Whoa! Kira!
It's to curl to get to nose.
Hard!
Kira trying to bring
Right
this
to it,
over.
right to it. Hard.
It's pretty good there from Calissa Daly.
Really good.
It's a bit of a lonely lemon there in the forefoot here.
Lonely, vulnerable lemon.
Yes.
There's nothing behind it.
Yeah.
Nice to have one on top.
Very vulnerable.
Got him surrounded. I was just hacking.
Well, you know what they say, if your lemons are vulnerable, make lemonade.
Well, even and like
Think, right?
Is that
That's
the phrase?
saying,
Yeah,
right?
that's gotta be it.
I think that's the saying. I'm not too good with idioms, but I feel like I've heard that one before.
Like it clocked the same as.
I am an idiot, so there is that.
Yeah.
Well, Langer told me that everything we say in the booth is the truth. So
That's also true for sure.
Kept speeding from.
I mean, you've been commentating long enough now. You would know. You never miss from up here.
It's the best. I haven't missed a shot all week.
I think just once we have a sweep on the pad, that's really speeding it up.
So just a freeze here, Chelsea?
Yeah, I think so. You can tap it a little bit as long as the line's good, but need to get somewhere near the nose of this red rock and not spill off. And they're trying to get this to curl over.
Yeah, it
close.
doesn't seem like Selena loved it out of her hand. She had her hand over her mouth basically since she let it go, but that's not horrible, I don't think.
It's not great. You can hit it on the nose and lose both those yellows. Your red's going to squirt a bit, but if you throw it quiet, you can leave the red behind that's staggered.
Just control.
There you go, to your point. Danielle Inglis saying just maybe control here. Yeah, well, we did say that lemon was vulnerable.
Just a little bit heavy there, I think, for Selena. The line would have been close. Again, it's ad nauseum, but with a few feet less weight, that line was perfect. But if you're a little heavy, it's never going to get there.
Yep. Whoa. Yep. Hard.
De Groot and Daly leaning on this one.
Yep. Keep going. Whoa.
Get off of here.
Okay, that's not bad.
Not the ideal result.
Okay.
Got away with it a little bit, but
Yeah,
not
just
great.
a little. By the end of it, it just.
I mean, they were trying to hit that one close to the nose, so really quite an overcurl there from Kira.
It was fine where it ended up. That worked really well.
Danielle seems happy with
I
it.
felt like your first one, like the ice had sped up by that time.
I don't really know what Xenia
this
can
is
do
usually
with any
me
of
walking
these.
and
There's just a
coming
lot of
down the
yellows at
ice,
the front
like,
there, and again,
I
they
didn't
didn't
want
kill
to
that back.
It felt like it was just always
back
gonna go.
lemon, but it remains very vulnerable. And
No.
you don't have access to the combo, the red, frozen red, yellow at the top, but if you ever did, it's perfectly lined up to go onto that the other two frozen ones, that red, yellow at the back. So danger for Xenia Schwaller, I would suggest.
Okay. Good.
Whether it's in the crotch or on the outside.
As our friend Mike Harris would say, it's good to be red right now.
Yes. Yes, it is definitely good to be red.
Ja, 12.
So you're trying to get inside of this one?
I think she's maybe staying on the nose.
I don't like
so that she has it to use later and takes away one of Danielle Inglis' paths in there.
I don't mind playing like you're thinking like normal on the center.
Yeah, let's see where this is.
Maybe a little unlucky not to get the double on that back red. Did hit it right on the nose.
Yeah, you didn't want to roll away either, so I think that's the better of the two options. More important thing there was to stick your shooter.
That's too many in here once they tap, right? That or like you blast that way. I think we sit better if you do this. You see what I mean? Like we don't have to throw much weight at it.
This loses that guy though, doesn't it?
Well, I was thinking like board.
Oh.
Or something. Sorry, I used blast, but I was thinking board. So you just go there and you stick there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we hit it right about like there with board. You still stuck on that one?
Well, I was also just thinking hit the yellow. I really like how our reds are lined up right now.
That was my first thought.
Doubling the yellows.
Yeah.
So,
would you be nervous about sort of losing your backing on that red one?
Right here?
Yeah, a little bit, but with Danielle's call with throwing, I don't mind also just freezing in that pocket, but with Danielle's call of throwing board weight at that, you're probably losing your shooter across the top of this yellow on the side, and then you're killing that back one. You're going to squirt your red into a pretty good place, but now Xenia has left herself this slash, and then she's buried behind the stagger, and your shooter's out of there, and you can't use it, and you only kill one yellow.
Do I want to keep my shooter, or is that hurting us?
I think you get rid of the two, and if we keep our shooter, it's a bonus. I actually I like losing your shooter.
I think we lose the shooter, yeah.
Do you like firm?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just a double on the yellow and roll out. Firm.
So a good talk about that shot. They have landed on the double here, and you heard them say they want to lose the shooter as well, so I'd expect this would be coming in fairly hot from Kira Brunton.
Yeah, I think they said firm. You're losing your backing on this, but what you are doing is leaving. The reds are lined up so nicely. You heard Kira say that she didn't really want to touch either one of them because the back one is still probably half buried, so the best Xenia Schwaller can do is pick it, and you're still sitting one then.
Close, yep.
Looks like she got this one a little tight.
Hard, right up, hard.
Going to make the double. They're just worried about getting a shooter out of there. Does both.
Yeah, very nice shot there from Kira Brunton. Good sweep from Cassandra de Groot as well.
Thank you.
So it is now Danielle Inglis, I think lying 3, 2 for sure.
Great shot.
Looks like 3 to me.
I agree.
Kicked out, and I was like, not setting that. So
I was hoping you were thinking that. I was really liking that.
It's gonna be a sweep.
You were suggesting she slid a little bit wide with that statement. You kick out a little wide, and you go, okay, well, this is what I'm dealing with, but I better not set this in addition to being wide.
Yeah, nothing better than being a little bit wide and then just cranking it back towards the middle. I've done that a few times before.
Sometimes it takes a little bit of
I didn't have a
being
close
artistic
look.
on those kinds of slides. I'm gonna go with artistic.
I like
as the
that.
adjective.
Oh, I like that. That's right.
Crafty would be another word
Yeah,
for it.
crafty is very good.
So she just
Crafty's the word when you call a curler a crafty veteran. It's a great way of saying they never hit the broom.
That is generally very accurate, yes.
And I think I'll say this, and I think I can say it because
That one's still pretty dangerous.
he did win a Brier for our province, but I dare say Rick Folk may be the craftiest veteran of all time.
I have a feeling a lot of people would agree with you on that one.
I don't know if Rick ever threw more than down normal,
The only other
and he
person
definitely never hit the broom.
You'd have to put Eddie Wernick in that argument
Yes,
as well.
definitely. Yeah. I remember, when I was coming up, and this is the first stone here for Xenia Schwaller. Looks like she is just playing the pick here.
The double on the back too, maybe,
Yeah.
but you have to get pretty tight to that top red to make it. It's close. Got a curl.
Got the one, doesn't get the double. So Inglis still lying 2. But yeah, I remember, by the time I got good enough at curling to play Rick Folk, he was on the back 9 of his career for sure. And,
Because if we go
you know,
here,
really good. Obviously, I knew he was a
we
really
have
good
the
player, had
top
won the
or
Brier, won the
run.
Worlds, and I remember playing him for the first time and thinking, how's he making any of these?
But he made
And he's making them all.
Yeah.
And he was like 57 at the time, or 60, or however old he was.
Yeah.
Let the rock go before the top of the house. And you'd go, well, there's
Yeah,
no
that's not
way
bad.
you made that.
I'm just thinking,
kidding.
like,
Yeah, just kidding.
It's got to be here or here.
You should be third shot even if you wanted to do something like that.
Okay. Okay. I'm good with that. Okay, we definitely got to make sure we're good there. This spot, your spot, like it holds for a bit and then it finishes hard. I think I need more ice here. Thanks.
So drawing around everything here, Chels?
Yeah, I think that's where they
And
landed. They were talking
replace
about,
it, so we need to get at least edge on edge there.
yeah, they were talking about if you chiseled the top one, it would be okay. But I
Just
think
even
plan A
biting.
is to
It's
try to
even
basically put it
okay,
back
like
where it
if we're
was.
a hair light.
Tuck around the edge of it.
Okay.
Worst case, you leave her a
Great.
double, but she's going to roll away,
Yeah,
and then you've got the
just keep
same
it where it
shot
is,
for
and
your
we'll let you know how that line's doing.
second
All right,
point.
top 4. Whoa, then.
Just play the weight.
Line's good.
Already lying
It's further
two
out.
and throwing. A good
Go,
position to be in if you have the hammer. Danielle Inglis looking for a
Take
draw
a look,
here.
take a look. Whoa, no line. Whoa.
Curl. Curl.
Hard curl.
Mine's great.
Hard. Hard. Hard, Calissa.
Melissa Daly trying to drag this one over. Can they get it there for third shot? I think so. This might
That's
give
fine.
Xenia a double
It
here.
was a scary shot to throw, and that's about as good as you could get.
You heard them say they didn't mind if they were edge on edge with that red one, but they are just a little bit higher than that.
Yeah, I would have liked to be behind it, and I heard this happen a whole bunch
was
this
that?
week, not just to Team Inglis, to a number of teams. They get so worried about the line. If the weight's close, the line's going to get there. So they switched to make that curl, and they didn't need to. They could have just kept sweeping it for speed. If you drag it an extra few feet, it's going to be in the perfect spot in the line. You're going to get that finish just because of the extra distance. So we're a little bit too worried on draws, I think, sometimes about the curl when the weight is the more important part of the two.
I liked your guess on the green.
Because it still finishes. It's just kind of a different path. It's not as snappy. And if you sweep too early, it doesn't come back as well. Like before, you could get away with like sweeping it a little bit in the middle and coming back, but now not as much. We did get third, right?
Yes, Danielle, you got third.
If only she could hear us. I think Xenia Schwaller looking. The triple is there in theory, but I think that this red might touch the yellow on the side. And then if you ever did that and touched that and left it there and missed the back one, you'd bring 3 right back into play. So the question is it worth it? Because you could just make the front to back double. And if you make the front to back double, you can also leave your shooter there. So at least you make her shot for 3 a little harder.
Yeah, whatever you like.
Just like the hair.
Yeah, definitely if she's trying the triple, she's going to need to throw a ton of weight at it here. Let's see what comes off here for Xenia Schwaller. Final stone here in the third. And she is throwing quite a bit of weight at it. Rika on it right away. What does she have here? Does get the back one. Doesn't stick the shooter, but pretty nice shot there from Xenia Schwaller. This will be a draw to the 4 foot for 2 for Danielle Inglis.
Yeah, and another reason why I like the call on Danielle's first one is that it's likely the shot you're going to have for 2. So now she's throwing the exact same shot again. They'll know the line, they'll know the weight.
Wouldn't mind. Sorry,
It's always nice to do that. Anytime you can throw the same shot twice in a row, you kind of like
prefer
it.
you guys being able to go on it a little bit. Okay. So the 4 foot guys.
Final stone, Danielle Inglis needs a piece of the 4 for 2.
Clean. Line's good. It's hanging out more.
This is a definitely
Whoa,
a
whoa.
different track
Still
than her
running,
first one.
Still running. Whoa, let it work.
14-2, just leave it.
A little heavy if it's 14-2. They will need this one to slow down. Will it slow down in time? Yes, it will. So nice shot there from Danielle Inglis, in control the whole way, and they put 2 on the board. They lead 3-1.
Yeah, it ran forever.
When it comes to the game we love, having the right gear makes all the difference.
Gold Line's new curling shoes and brooms are a game changer.
The shoes, unbelievably comfortable. And the brooms, lightweight and effective, giving you control on every sweep.
When I step onto the ice, I'm not just prepared, I look sharp.
Have you seen these shoes? They are a game changer.
And the brooms, light as a feather.
It's a Gold Line.
It's a Gold Line.
It's a Gold Line.
And is the choice of champions.
Well, Chelsea, quite a well-played end there for Danielle Inglis. They were looking at 2 or 3 basically the whole end, and they do end up putting 2 on the board. And I think fair to say they have been playing quite a bit better than them so far.
Yeah, they've been the better team so far for sure. A good shot there from Xenia on her last one just to hold them to the 2. And if Danielle's first draw could have gone a little bit further, I'm not sure she would have had that. So really good end from Team Inglis and a few little miscues from Team Schwaller. So they're going to need to be, they're not far off. They're just lacking that little bit of precision when they're, you know, you can't be heavy and they're a foot heavy and they're bouncing off those freezes, and that's just kind of how it's gone so far. But not by no means out of reach, but need to tighten up that that draw placement just a tiny bit.
Okay. Pardon? What? What is that?
Corner guard going up now for Selena Riekiger, and I think definitely down 2. We'll see Schwaller get a little more aggressive here.
Yeah, you need to score here if you're Xenia Schwaller, but you really can't afford to be forced either. Needing at least 2 points. So yeah, they're gonna go pretty hard, I think, for the deuce here.
Line's good. Okay. Yep, play the weight. Line's great. Just biting. It's got to bend a bit. Close, Calissa. Yep. Okay. Yep. Okay, well. 15-1. Okay.
Draw around made by Cassandra de Groot. It looks like we're seeing Xenia chase this.
Yeah, is that guard touching the center line?
I don't know. Tough to tell from up here.
No, it's off. So yeah, so I don't.
They can tick it.
Yeah, I like this call. If it's not, if it is, then I would think it was a bit crazy.
Scary, yeah, for sure.
This is a shot we saw a lot more before that no-tick rule came into play, because you're pretty happy if you touch that guard and roll in behind the corner. This one's not going to curl enough, though.
Yeah, just haven't been as sharp as they would like so far, Team Schwaller, as that goes right through the house and out of play for Selena Riekiger.
Yeah, and actually buried that red rock more than it was before, so not the ideal result. So for Danielle, gonna ask Calissa to come in here again. You want to get this as buried as you can. Just top 4 foot, full top 4 is probably the perfect spot.
Okay. Sweeper button. Clean. Close. Okay. Close.
And another reminder that if you are in the Guelph area and you want to come out to the big show after the big show tomorrow night, the Grand Slam of Karaoke's 4th edition will be taking place at the Delta Conference Center here in Guelph, just about 7 minutes away from the arena. The prize purse is now extended to $2,500 for the winner, up from $1,000. Tickets are $5 if you have a ticket to the WFG Masters, or $10 if you don't. If you're here in the arena, you can grab them from the Rock Shop, or you can get them at the door the night of. But it's quickly turned into one of the marquee events on the calendar for any fan here at the Grand Slam. So hopefully we'll see you out tomorrow night at the Delta Conference Center. I know I'll be there, and looking forward to seeing all the curlers perform, and all of the fans' shining faces. Should be a great time. So yeah, check it out tomorrow night. Grand Slam of Karaoke after the final draw at the Delta Conference Center.
And I actually think they're running shuttle back and forth between here and there. So if you are at the arena and you want to join but don't want to drive over there, or don't want to worry about parking or whatever it is, then just jump in the shuttle and come join us. It's always just a really fun night. Most of the teams and players are in there hanging out, having a drink, and listening to some of them are incredible singers.
Yep.
I'm like, you're not allowed to be that good at multiple things, but some of them are.
I think the Grand Slam of Karaoke's been great so far because the performances have either been incredible or awful.
Yes,
and the awful ones are incredible in their own way. So
yeah, what you don't want to do at karaoke is be in the middle.
Yeah,
you either have to be really good or so bad it's funny.
Don't be average.
Yeah,
that's absolutely true.
Okay, nice weight.
So the center guard goes up for Calissa Daly. Doesn't quite curl enough though. So hit and roll available for Fabienne Reeder.
I could giving her hair less ice. She's a little straighter than her.
You might be able to make the double and roll too.
Could give her hair less.
Would love to move that one off the top of the button. Even if you didn't roll all the way over there, that's rock is pretty dangerous.
You might have been able to hear that low rumble in the arena. That was a missed draw by Alina Petz. Was facing 3 from Eunjun Kim. Managed to outcount only one of them. So a steal of 2 for Team Kim. They now lead 4-0. And Team Tiranzoni continuing to struggle a little bit in this sort of second half of the Cash Spiel season.
Yeah.
Another guard here for Kira Brunton.
Close. Whoa. Close. Whoa. Yep, just keep it. Keep your brush on it, Cass. Keep your brush on. Keep your brush. Just keep it on there. It's good. Line's great. Yep. That's great. Yeah. 16-3.
Ja, die wird natürlich wieder eine Guard machen. Ich finde das eigentlich nicht so schlecht. Ja. Oder? Das wäre natürlich der Beste. Ist gut. Weil wenn wir beide nämlich nicht offen sind, ja, komm, wir nehmen beide.
I like this better. She was looking at slashing the center guard so thin that you sent the yellow back onto the red, but I think a lot of the times all you do there is jam it and take out your own yellow rock. Double peel this way looks a lot easier. Just lose those 2 reds and open everything up.
Yeah, Selena Goffner can really chuck them. You saw that one there too. That's probably a 7-second peel, maybe even a little quicker than that. Just a gun. And having that big weight weapon at third makes a huge difference.
Yeah, big time. We used to, before the 5-rock rule, we would say your second had to be able to hit really well and throw it really hard. Now with 5-rock, your second better be able to draw.
Yeah.
Because they're usually throwing setup shots, and it's your third that needs to be able to make those more so than your second. So it's shifted kind of everybody has to be able to make everything these days, but that's a kind of old school way of thinking that your second should be the hitter, and now you could argue that your third needs to be the best hitter.
Yeah, for quite a while there, it was pretty easy to just say the second was the worst player on the team, but now it might be back to being the lead, which is really unfortunate for me and my lead brethren.
You just can't have holes now at all,
No,
though.
you
Like,
can't.
you know, it's if you've got a bad lead, then you're second, then you're just chasing, and it's just.
Everybody has to be good.
Yeah, we've gone away from the days where you could hide any player. That did used to be a thing that you could at least try to do. Now it's nearly impossible.
I think I might have been really good in the era where people could be on high-level curling teams and play lead just because they were a good hang.
Just be a fun guy.
Yeah, just be a fun guy to be around. I don't drink, so I could have taken care of the boys whenever they needed to.
Built-in DD.
Yeah, built-in DD, carry the corn brooms around. I was a pretty good sweeper back in the day, so sling a little corn, miss 5 shots a game, win a couple briars, no big deal.
Perfect.
Yeah, would have been good for me. I was born at the wrong time. Unfortunately for Danielle, Inglis did not remove that yellow stone completely out of play. It hung around at the back of the house, which does bring 2 into play potentially for Schwaller. So I think Danielle is going to try to make the double here.
Like that. It really does curl here. Just a hair. Yeah. Just a hair.
Really important to stick here for Danielle. The double's great, but as long as you stick, you're at least sitting 2 and you force Xenia to do something with it.
No, on the front one.
With that ice, it looks like she's playing this pretty quiet. I'm not even sure she's trying the double.
This is the only spot on the ice where it does go. Oh, Jesus.
Okay.
Something
must have been a big piece of something.
I
on the
could
rock.
see it when she pulled
really?
it. Yeah, like you could see it on the camera. So it was something large.
Yeah, usually you can't see the debris on the bottom of the rock when you pull it off. That's funny.
Whoa. Close. Whoa. Curl. Curl hard.
Trying to bring this one over.
Don't want to roll it over towards your own, and that's what they're going to do.
Oh, boy. Does it set up a jam, though, maybe?
Yeah, it rolled to an okay spot where it might jam.
Okay. A little up. Oh, Jesus, that's why. I had the biggest thing of string under my rock. And a feather.
String and a feather, apparently, was what was under there.
Okay.
Interesting.
That would have been perfect for board.
Yeah. Ich finde auch, wenn er Scheiben, ich weiß auch, wenn er das und sie stehen mit der Rücken auf, die Fuß, weißt
So I guess she's going to hope it doesn't jam here, Chels?
I don't really know what else you do. I guess you could just hit it and roll to the open side and hope Danielle leaves you a double that definitely doesn't jam on the next one, but...
Well, Fabienne calling Xenia back here. Still have lots of time on the clock, so no issue taking a little bit of extra time here. I like that Xenia chose to wear her microphone underneath the outer layer that she's wearing, so it sounds like she's speaking from underwater.
Und du hast das Gefühl, dann schämt er nicht. Ich weiß nicht, Fabian, mach den Foul. Keine Ahnung.
Selina push now. Ja, met Inglis in de Inglis. Ze is niet Inglis, ze is niet. Ze met eet soms. En zo in met een paar lang.
I stand on the ice with my starter.
No petrol. Selfie.
Well, as is so often the case, Chelsea, they, I think, are just doing what they were originally planning to do after burning almost 2 minutes off their clock.
Selfie. Nice, selfie.
But sometimes, you know this as a skip as well. You get in the hack and then you go, geez, I need to take another look.
Oh, for sure. And it's important when you have to really be bought in before you go to throw something, or else your chances of making it are really low. So, you don't want to burn off your time, but you also want to make sure that you are all the way committed to it as the thrower. So if you need to go back down to do that, then you got to do it.
Goffner on this all the way down. We'll see, does it jam here? Okay, so they were electing not to try to jam it. See if maybe they can get a more favorable angle this next time. But where it rolled, Danielle will have the chance to make the double.
I think that's the shot, though, because I think it was always going to jam, and so then you're forced anyways. If it dead jams, you're forced. So why not play this? And worst case, Danielle makes the double, but you're still forced, and it's not going to be, shouldn't be a terribly difficult shot to make for your single point. So I think smart play there by Xenia.
Nose, same way I just threw, which was control. How's that sound? Yeah.
Final stone for Danielle Inglis, her last rock of the first half of the game. Looking for a double to force.
Yep. Go.
This also looks like she got it a little wide, but it's curling now. Calissa Daly trying to bring it over. Got one. Oh, and unfortunately, they do hit it right on the beak. But Xenia not even entertaining the double here. It's probably much too thin.
It's very steep. You could make it, but it's really hard to stick it. If it was the eighth end and you needed two to tie, you'd throw it. But I don't think worth the risk at this point.
Well, at times it looked like Xenia Schwaller might be able to get the 2 points back, but never really materialized, and now she'll have an open hit for one. Nothing yet from Selena Squared. And right on the beak for Xenia Schwaller. So a nice shot will put one on the board, but Inglis will have a 1 point lead and the hammer when we come back from this 3-minute break.
When you've conquered another game, a long day, a job well done, and the final work call, we're your place. Come as you are, and fit in comfortably. Mr. Mice, eat locally, enjoy casual.
I've stood at the pinnacle of hurling and battled in the most intense games.
Out on the ice, there's no room for compromise.
And when the pressure's on, every millimeter counts.
It's not just a game.
It's about maximizing performance,
pushing limits,
seizing victory.
When victory hangs in the balance,
I know what I'm relying on.
it's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
It's a gold line.
And it's the choice of champions.
Peace of mind, confidence, and financial independence. At World Financial Group, we believe your path to any of these goals is paved by financial education. That's why our agents spend every day empowering individuals and families of all backgrounds with the knowledge to make choices that fit their goals. No matter your financial goals, WFG can help you own your future. Visit worldfinancialgroup.com to learn more.
There's a place where the world's best curling not only lives, it rocks. Download the new Grand Slam of Curling app and live stream all the action. Get exclusive content, stats, merch, and more. Let's rock.
When you've conquered another game, a long day, a job well done, and the final work call, we're your place. Come as you are and fit in comfortably. Mr. Mike's. Eat locally, enjoy casual.
Hello, curling fans, and welcome back inside the Sleeman Center, home of the WFG Masters. It is the final round-robin game here between Danielle Inglis and Xenia Schwaller, both teams trying to keep their narrow playoff hopes alive. John Cullen alongside Chelsea Carey with you for this one. And Chelsea, fair to say, Inglis had the better better first half and deserve their position on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they have for sure. Xenia Schwaller just struggling a little bit with that precision. Taps just a little bit heavy, not quite getting there. Draw positioning really close, but over curling or under curling by that tiny bit. And Team Inglis able to take advantage so far.
So we'll see if Xenia can turn it around here in the second half of the game, as that rock comes a little short for Cassandra de Groot. So a little short there for Riekiger. You know, Chelsea, I was kind of thinking to myself, as I often do, that it would be fun if eventually this team somehow found a way to get Selena Vichonka on the team as well. And then you have Selena, and then you have Selena cubed. And you can also do the cool, like, Selena.
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
Or actually, I guess if you were wrapping their team name, it'd be like Selena, Xenia.
Yeah,
which
that
fits
would
too.
be fine too. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Sorry, Fabienne, I'm not trying to exclude you from this future squad. It just doesn't sound as good in a hip-hop context.
Which is obviously what everyone looks for when they put their curling team together.
That's what I look for. So another great setup here for Inglis. They have two buried behind center guards without the hammer, with the hammer here. Bobby and Reeder are going to try to come around everything here. No one in curling who can scream like Unji Gim. She is #1 on the leaderboard with a bullet. You might have even heard her scream through my microphone up here in the broadcast booth.
She's so little. Where's she come from?
Oh my God. And she used to scream louder. I don't know if you remember those days, but I remember when she first started playing on tour, because, you know, some of these events you'd go to on tour would be men's and women's combined, and her in a low roof curling club. Good God.
You could put Delaney Strauss in that conversation too.
Oh yeah, totally. She's got a good pair of lungs on her as well. Oh wow, great shot there from Calissa Daly. Fantastic little angle double run, and Inglis once again lies too. Let's take another look at that one. Bang, bang, bang. Beautifully done by Calissa Daly.
Dead stuck it there too, which is huge.
And how about that? Nice response there from Fabienne Reeder. Hit and roll underneath to lie one.
Yeah, trading beauties here so far in this end.
Yeah, really good shot.
Okay, litt ose her. Krass, ja. Da har jeg glaube jeg mega tempo nå forloren. Weil der hat mega nicht viel Interesse gehabt. Just wanna break it. Der hat auch nicht so viel Kraft mit. Whoa!
Nice shot.
And so they were looking to run that one back onto the yellow, but settled for the double peel instead.
It's a good result.
Yeah, totally. Two good shots there from Daly.
Yeah. Okay.
A Daly double, if you will.
Oh boy.
I'm a big Jeopardy fan, you know.
That's true.
Guard going back up here, I think, for Selena Goffner. Updating you on the other scores around the rings here. Stefania Constantini with a big 3-ball in the fourth end. They lead Akue Kitazawa 4-3. Right beside us in the Sportsnet feature game, Alina Petz making a great shot with her last in the fourth to get 2 back on Eunjung Kim. Kim is still leading that game 4-2, however, and they also have the Hammer playing 5. And directly in front of us, our other feature game here on Home Team Live with Tyler George and Vincent Stenberg on the call. It is 6-3, Anna Hasselborg leading. And Chelsea Carey apparently has a fan club down here in the Jackpot City Lounge. I don't think I've ever seen this for a commentator before.
It's new.
Whoa. Okay.
Do you know these people, or are they just really excited that you're up here in the booth with us?
I think some of them are participants in the Curl for Kids Bonspiel.
Ah, very nice. Very nice.
Yeah, they're. So I played in that Curl for Kids event a few times, and they all came down. It looks like them.
Nice. Yeah, I believe I see a Curl for Kids hoodie on one of the gentlemen down there. So, yeah, that's a great event in Oakville, I believe. Is that correct? Yeah, the Oakville Curling Club raising money for children's charities.
Yeah, Easter weekend.
Yeah.
It's a good time.
A little buzzier today.
If anyone hasn't been around, even if you don't play in it, just come on down. It's a lot of fun, and we raise a whole bunch of money. And
that's a costume one, right? A lot of the teams do costumes in that one.
Some of them do. Not everybody. Some of the ladies down there, they pick Jake Horgan every year, and they have these little cat ears, and he has to wear the cat ears with them on.
I actually see one of the ladies wearing cat ears down there.
Yes,
so okay. I could see Jake Horgan rocking a pair of cat ears.
Oh, he does, yeah.
Probably better than most curlers.
Yep.
Yeah. So right through the port for Selena Goffner, but unfortunately that's the worst possible result. Barely touches the guard and then just touches the 2 red Inglis stones, and this is starting to get into the danger zone here for Xenia Schwaller.
That was so unlucky. She pushed the top one behind the corner guard and the second one closer to the full 4 foot. That it just, you couldn't have drawn that up to go that badly.
That's really too bad for Goffner. Just been that kind of afternoon here for Xenia Schwaller. They haven't just quite been able to find themselves on the right side of the inch. We'll see if Kira Brunton can capitalize now.
Okay, clean. Clean. Yep. 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 Hard. 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 Really hard to get by the guard. Okay, whoa, 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 whoa. Roll it in, roll it, spin in, spin in, spin in, spin in. Perfect.
It listened. They don't usually listen.
No.
That rock is slow.
It's a decent result, but might allow a chance for Xenia Schwaller to get out of this.
It's okay.
Just a little light there from Kira.
You don't like both of them or just one?
Yeah, I heard her say she thinks the rock is slow. She has missed things. Like, she's getting more curl than everybody else we've seen that a number of times this game, so it does make some sense.
Do you think your your 5 is slow too, or just not kind of kicking?
No, I like it out of my hand. I like both.
Just because it's so different, like it ended up with like almost just behind backline weight as opposed to board. That's why I'm asking. Like, because if you think you're kicking that much slower, then that's one thing. But if you feel like you're close and it's not getting there, that's a total other.
Yeah, no, they're both just coming off really hard, but mostly the 6.
Yeah.
Sounds like Kira might think both of her rocks are a little slow.
Think about what you
In any case, Xenia Schwaller, her first, needs to find a good shot here to get her team out of trouble. So they went to curl, and now they're trying to hold it straight here. Selena Goffner trying to bring that around to the button, and that's a really good sweep from the Selenas and a great shot from Xenia.
Do you ever throw red?
Yeah, I don't think you could have walked that down there and put it in a better spot, really. It's pretty much perfect. Danielle lining up the run back, double run here.
Firm, gets off.
Yeah, I think with where that yellow one ended up, it'd be a really tough chase.
Oh yeah, I don't think you could move it more than maybe a foot, and that wouldn't really help you. This run is pretty makeable.
Yeah. That was all.
There's a few spots on the redstone you can hit it to make it.
We always think a double run back's harder than a single, but a lot of the time it's actually easier because that second rock taking some of the angle off of the run rock often increases your margin for error a little bit.
Normal. Yeah.
Yeah, normal. Stay hair high.
Well, a great shot from Xenia Schwaller. We'll see if Danielle Inglis can answer back, looking for a double run back to lie 3. Daly on this right away. Can she hold it? Yes, she can. What a shot from Danielle Inglis. Really nice sweep from Calissa Daly, and Inglis lies at least 2, maybe 3 here. Let's take another look at that. Really good from Danielle. Right through the hole of those stones at the back. So they're freezing to try to force Danielle to 1 here.
Just looking at
it's hard to tell from here, so they must think they can get second shot with the freeze. There you go. Yeah, so you sure might need to get a little bit low to the inside, but
2 rounds ago.
Thinking that she can get second, or else I imagine they would be trying something else, although there's not really much else to try.
I didn't think her first one was that slow.
So final stone for Xenia Schwaller, looking for the bailout here. Needs to make a really good freeze to not give up a bundle. And this is not even close.
Okay.
Take that.
So it's a draw for at least 3 and might be 4.
Let's get it further away from this. Draw.
Okay, T-line. Sweep for T. We need to be
I'm not
full
sure if that was
8.
just light out of the hand for Xenia or if she
Should-
kind of got it
I think
started,
should
but
be the same. Like,
that
because
was
that outside
12
pass
feet
seems to
short.
have been better.
And this is a great situation to be in if you're Danielle Inglis, drawing for your either third or fourth point.
Yeah, you're never upset about that, especially when it's just a draw to the full 8
Yeah,
foot.
exactly. Easy draw, too.
Gotta like her chances on this one.
Whoa, it's not bending. Whoa, still not bending.
Looked like maybe a little heavy out of the hand.
Yep.
This is where we saw her one really come off, but this one's out a little bit wider, so it might not hit that sludgy middle part quite as much.
That's fine.
Hard, Cass, hard.
Does it stop in time? I think it does. And we'll see if it's 3 or 4.
Pardon? Yeah, that's good.
And they're going to measure.
Any thoughts?
Yeah, I don't.
Okay. Good job, guys. Good management.
Especially, I feel like it's just coming down. Like, I think we just need to really believe that, whether it's like a weight call, a line call, a throw. Let's just believe it across the board, because we're not seeing it any different. I would say the one place is maybe, remember how I threw down that center line spot that way?
I agree.
That is the only place. Yeah, even though it curls, it's the only place that's been like good. Yeah, exactly. That's yellow. No, it's red. Woohoo! Yay! I got a little sweep back.
I know, I was like, I don't
All right, so
Okay.
it was indeed red, and that will be 4 on the board for Danielle Inglis. They lead 7-2.
Hey, guys. Yeah, let's feel great and let's just keep the pressure.
When it comes to the game we love, having the right gear makes all the difference.
Gold Line's new curling shoes and brooms are a game changer.
The shoes, unbelievably comfortable. And the brooms, lightweight and effective, giving you control on every sweep.
When I step onto the ice, I'm not just prepared, I look sharp.
Have you seen these shoes? They are a game changer.
And the brooms? Light as a feather.
It's a Gold Line.
It's a Gold Line. It's a Gold Line.
And is the choice of champions.
Line's great.
Well, they say it's a long way to the top if you want to rock and roll, and is going to be a very long way to the top here for Xenia Schwaller, giving up 4 in that fifth end. Danielle Inglis now with a commanding 5-point lead. And just one of those games for Xenia Schwaller. Really haven't been able to get anything set up, and Team Inglis has made them pay.
Yeah, Xenia made a great shot on her first one in that end, and just her second rock, I don't know if it's the rock, but she struggled with her last shot this whole game, and so if I was one of her teammates, I would be saying, let's take that rock away from you, even if there's nothing wrong with it. It's been a struggle and not really very close on that last one, so just take it out of her hands, if her confidence, if nothing else.
To be honest, I never thought we need backing like when I was throwing.
Sehr schön. Top 12, top 8. Godt, Johnny længe. Top 12. Okay, line's a little tighter. A lot less.
So we're going to see Danielle Inglis switch to basically full defense here, 2 rocks in the house.
Top 12. Yep, hard.
For Xenia,
Yep.
all-out offense, need to hang
Full 12, fighting
at
8.
least a couple points on the
Line's
board
great.
here to
Line's great. Just
stay in the game.
Yep.
Okay, that's great.
15-3. Nice.
Good. Ace. Question. 3.
So 2 corner guards up, 2 in the middle for Inglis. And Inglis is going to throw a guard here, Chelsea. So not afraid to mix it up at least a little bit here.
Yeah, you could throw this through the house, and I think you'd see a lot of teams do that. But when you're rolling like they are and you've had some pressure on Xenia, sometimes when you go too defensive is when you get in trouble. So Danielle feeling like she wants to keep the pressure on here.
Yep, hard then. Yep, hold the line. Yep. Yep, hard cast. Yep, stay on it. Stay on it. We're over curling. Yep, yep. Just keep your brush on it. Keep your brush on it. 16. Okay.
So the guard slightly over curls.
Ja. Så.
Hei.
Trippel. Fingre tappe. Ja. Altså möglich Straße. Ja, muss en Chance ha, Rosse ha.
They're going to chase it here. Maybe a little surprising not to see them just ignore the middle here, Chelsea.
Yeah, a little bit, but the 2 guards.
Oh boy.
That's pretty much the story of the game right
Yeah.
there for Team Schwaller. Just so close to perfect, and just these little feather rubs that don't actually even change the guard position very much.
Yeah, no, it's
Same place there is great.
it's like if you're trying to break out of jail and the prison guard gives you a key and it snaps off in the lock.
Yeah, that's a good analogy.
It's like, oh no, now I can't even try to pick this lock. I'm still in hell.
Yeah, I could have broken out maybe
Yeah.
if they didn't give me this key.
Yeah, exactly.
Stay on it. Hi.
Yeah, no, you're right. I think Selena Goffner's shot last end, the prime example of that. Just
Same thing, pass.
ticking everything a little bit, leaving it all in play, and then both of those rocks end up scoring for Inglis.
Not only
Just-
leaving it all in play, making them all better.
Yeah.
Making all
Yes.
she hit
Yeah.
several red rocks and all of them got better.
Yeah.
That's hard to do.
Yeah, no question.
Anders.
So this is sort of interesting. I mean, I get what Inglis is doing, throwing up the center guards, but they are also up 5. So in theory, maybe there's an opportunity here still for Schwaller to get a couple points on the board.
Yeah, this is very offensive for the scoreboard for sure. I thought she would run up and peel one of those corners.
And unfortunately for Fabienne Reeder, drives that by also by about an inch. At least that shot sort of helped them.
Yeah, it's not worse than it was
Yeah,
before she
yeah,
threw it.
exactly.
Nej, da pusher.
And yeah, still another guard up here for Inglis. But again, sometimes this is just feeling your opponent, right? They're not having their best game, and you have the opportunity to drive the dagger in. You know, they're a top 10 team in the world. They could turn it on at any point. We saw that earlier this afternoon. Yannick Schwaller against Brad Gujju was down 4-1 at the half and then scored 9 unanswered points to win 10-4.
Keep going.
So, you know, if you can end the game here, then you maybe don't have to deal with them potentially turning the switch on in 7 and 8.
Well, they did just make this guard a few times. Plus, now you're forcing Xenia Schwaller to play this run back.
Okay.
Anytime she's throwing a defensive shot, you're pretty happy.
Good sweep, guys.
She's running your rock into up 2 more of your rocks. If it was a run back on a yellow, I'd be a lot more concerned. But
Yeah, she certainly could have come around the corner earlier in the end, could Xenia, but now I think it's too late for that.
Definitely.
Over there, oder was?
You can see Xenia standing there like, I don't even know. I hate everything. I hate every shot we could call right now.
Yep. It's not a nice feeling. I've
Yeah.
been there
I don't-
many times.
Yeah. I don't know. Run this into the house, I guess. I don't know.
Well, the best is if your teammates go to you, what do you like? Nothing. I don't like anything.
Yeah, I hate it all.
Like, it looks terrible.
I'm going to be honest, I hate everything here. And so for Goffner, unfortunately, doesn't get anything in the house. Still Inglis line 2.
Keeping the foot on the gas pedal completely here is Danielle Inglis. Now that the guard is guarding both of your reds. Yes, it's long and there's a chase there, but
Yeah, that's fine if you want it.
still throwing the guard. And at this point in the end, I don't mind it because it's almost too late for Xenia to really use those corner guards anyway. So why peel them?
Yeah, no, at this point for sure. No doubt. I'd bring another one in, absolutely, or a guard.
Yeah,
Both are
she's
good.
throwing a 3, but
Yep.
just as long as it's somewhere tight, even if it slipped into the top of the 12 foot, I don't think they would be upset.
Whoa, line, whoa! Okay, clean. Cass's rock. Okay, go. Yep, 3. Yep. Right to my broom, God, bring it over. Yep, hard. Hard over, hard. Hard.
Don't bring it too deep. Whoa. Whoa.
Trying to get those aligned.
Good shot there from Kira Brunt, and Inglis still lies too.
Halb aufgelaufen. I want to get right behind
Halb
it.
aufgelaufen.
That's what I was
Hoffke, sie
going
macht etwas blöds.
Yeah, I just didn't want it to be like hit.
Finde Druck gut.
In.
Ja, 4.
Yeah, no, of course not.
Bis 4, ja, das
Don't
kann
worry,
auch
you're never in
sein.
danger of that. So you switched up the pairs? Feel good?
Yeah.
Okay. That's good.
So you heard Danielle say that maybe they gave Cassandra Kira's rocks.
Yeah, as soon as there's a doubt in your head at back end, you probably want to get rid of them. And the last end, she was talking about thinking that both of them were great, and the 6 especially. So smart of the front end to just say, nope, no problem. Give those to me. You take these. Give her a fresh start so that it's not in your head. Even if it's not true, once you believe it, it's just hard to make anything. Not everybody on the team gets that luxury because somebody's got to throw the bad ones. But you for sure don't want it to be your skip, and if possible, you don't want it to be your third either.
I think this way.
Well,
This is good.
goes from bad to worse for Team Schwaller. Selena Goffner maybe had a chance to corner freeze on that redstone, but throws it far too heavy.
Here.
And Danielle's just going to throw another guard here.
Yeah, I think it's easier on this turn.
I would be tempted to bring this one into the house, maybe.
Yeah.
You plug this hole, I don't really know what she has.
Yeah.
Come in, you might leave her a double or something, and then that one at the back could potentially come into play.
Yeah, true.
Okay, so
Yeah, you can't
ideally
leave her
we
a
want to
double,
have it
that's
about
for sure.
that depth, but we need the line for it too. Like leaving it that high is fine as well. Okay. Okay. Actually, does that hold max too? Okay. Yeah, let it breathe a little bit. Yeah. You like this spot, eh? Okay.
Ja.
Problem ist halt, wenn sie genau irgendwie so das Logo ist, dann so den Weg nehmen.
Ja, genau.
Wenn sie halt da steht, nur die Treppe rein, oder umtappen.
Ja.
You can clean it.
Wenn du rein, dann stehst du halt immer auf Treppe.
Ja, ja.
Und mit einem
Genau,
Griff
ja.
You can clean.
Ja, weißt du, brauchst mich nicht nur, auch wenn der gut gepackt ist.
Ich sehe nicht alles von dem. Nachher probieren irgendwie einen reinlegen. Nummer 13.
That does it. That, yeah, out of my hand,
So she does guard the hole, and this is going to force Xenia into an angle run here.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Schnurr.
Okay. That spot is actually nice.
That's much better than like
Oh my god.
Well, this could be a feel-good moment here for Xenia to
At the depth,
make this
and then maybe they
low
sneak it
percentage
through.
shot here. This is quite a distance, probably about a 10-foot angle run back here.
It is.
Not throwing a ton of weight at this.
You kind of tell too. It's like the least amount of frost.
Mm-hmm.
Just trying to throw control-ish.
It's close. It's got a piece of it, but not a big one.
And doesn't get enough of it. I think it rolls in for second shot at least.
Yeah, it does.
I don't think that matters too much. I think if you give up a steal here, it's probably handshakes.
Yeah, it's good in theory if you had another angle run, but I don't think you really do.
Yeah.
The red foot? Yeah. For one. For one. Yeah. Basically, what shot do we want to leave her?
I think the red had like.
I mean, I think if Danielle doesn't
Okay,
throw, I
let's go
don't
with that
see a
one.
shot for
So
2
see
for
my turn, a little
Xenia.
higher?
So
I'm with you.
I know anytime you're in this situation, you're paranoid that they're going to make some kind of miracle circus shot that you didn't see, but
Yeah, you get paranoid that you're missing something.
Yes,
You're like, if
exactly.
I don't throw it and then they make something, I'm going to kick myself forever. So
yeah. But no, I do think in this case you could literally throw this one into the boards, and
Stay here, Les.
not only do I not
There we
think
go.
that Xenia has a
Again,
shot for more
do what
than
you
one, I
just did.
don't think she scores. I think if you throw this into the boards, I'm not even sure how she scores. You'd have to make some kind of insane, like, triple run.
yeah, you could score with the triple run, but I don't think you could ever get to 2.
Yeah, no way you could ever get to it.
How deep?
And I think if Danielle
Are you
chokes that
frozen?
off, I think
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
Xenia
whoa.
has no shot for 1.
Yep.
Whoa, 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 whoa!
Yeah.
Don't chip! Whoa!
You can't
Whoa!
line it up though. No, no, no. Yep, 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 yep.
I think that's probably enough to cut off the triple run.
When I said don't
I
chip,
have
it
the
was off
quad
the
run on the
yellow.
Reds. The one that
Yeah,
Danielle
I saw
threw
what
might
she
be
was
in the
looking
red
at. I
that
was
too.
just like, yeah, you know what I don't want to do?
Yeah.
I mean, whatever she has right now, it's
Just squeak it by
tough shot.
that
Yeah,
rock. I'm not
exactly.
sure it's there, but I don't see anything
Yeah,
else.
really good end. Great up there. Good job, guys.
Yeah, it would still only be for 1.
Yeah, oh, it's only for 1 for sure.
Yeah.
That's good. When I was saying no chip, I was being off the yellow. For a second, it was looking dicey.
Softy. Here we go. Yeah. Softy.
Well, that is what they're going to try. I said this morning in the Brad Gujju game. You know, if you're not going to make the playoffs, you could win $1,000 for shot of the week. I think if Xenia makes this, this will be tough to top for that.
Or she's just like red, yellow.
Yeah, I would agree with you. This is guaranteed shot of the week candidate if she could make it.
I don't know. What do you think? You think you can skinny by the 7?
So final stone for Xenia Schwaller, hoping it's not the final stone of the game.
There.
Good.
Going another way.
And that is not close. And
Okay.
that will just peel it off. That will be 1 red, and I do believe that will be handshake. So, no, maybe not. Oh, yes, it is. All right. So there you have it. Danielle Inglis coming in as the lowest ranked team in the field, improves their record to 2-2, and may have got themselves into a tiebreaker or even a playoff spot. We'll have to see how the rest of these games shake out, but what a week for them here in Guelph. Thank you so much for joining us here for Chelsea Carey and everyone at Home Team Live. We appreciate you tuning in. We'll be back here in about 2 hours' time, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, with the final round robin draw of the WFG Masters. Don't miss it. Thanks for tuning in. Goodbye.
show what we meant instead of just shouting. Play the same no kind of thing. You have to show it. But I've learned this throughout how to turn in order when the crowd is loud and you as well.
On this one here, you're up for line.